A good day for everyone. Here we are again for a new session in the US stock market. Today is January the 8th, and we are not having a very beautiful day in the markets. No, no, no. We are having a down day following yesterday's dump, which was prompted by news that showed the US economy was kind of still resilient, and that means the Fed might not cut rates soon. Um, that's why the market really slided yesterday. Let's just take a look here, a more perspective. We had a very um, bu- uh, busy pre-session, pre cash session, right? Because cash only opens 9:30 a.m. EST and 9 or 12:30 DMT. 12 no 2:30 GMT. Um, and I'm gonna show you another chart, which is kind of it's better. It's the 1 hour chart, so we can have more of where we are at this exact moment. Okay. Um, First, let's see if there's some news here. No, we have no news today. We had ADP earlier, 8:15 GM, 8:15 EST, 11 at 1:15 p.m. GMT, and it came like it. It's not in line with what we saw yesterday. Yesterday we saw the market, especially the jobs market, was kind of resilient. Now we have um, 122,000 openings, according to ADP, against 139 that was expected. Let's see how the market reacted to that. Yeah, it was kind of a bullish reaction. At 1 p.m., okay, at 1 p.m., we had, uh, sorry, 1:15, we also had jobless claims, initial jobless claims, and it came, yeah, like these two data was were contradictory because the ADP came with a lower number of openings and of job creation, while the initial jobless claims came lower, which means that less people are claiming job benefits, unemployment benefits in the U.S., and it means like the jobs market is still resilient. We have like this is just a preview of what we have on Friday, which we have where when we have the full jobs data, it's jobs day, so we have to wait until there. I have to say that yesterday wasn't a good day for us. Some mistakes on the way that happens, but that's how trading is. You can't win every day, and let's see if we can beat the market today. Look, this is the 1 hour. Then, as I was saying, uh, had this massive drop here yesterday. Like we were in the 21.6 area, and we just slided, rolled over to like 500 points to the downside. And today we were kind of getting back on track, but from 21.2, we just slided back down. So there was some liquidity here. I thought this liquidity here would be tapped yesterday, but it wasn't. It was today, and it seems to be resisting, but we still have some liquidity here as well. So let's see if the market will search for this liquidity here, or we will see a movement higher. If we see this movement higher, we could see 288 or even 325, and from 325 onwards, we could go anywhere. We just have to wait what the gods of market have for us today. So in a lower perspective here, okay, and then 1 minute, we have an area here that I am interested in seeing tested, okay, which is this 182 or a bit over 203 areas that reacted to the downside, and those areas align with the sentiment today, which is kind of bearish yet. I don't see anything like too bullish on our way at the moment, and that's it. I'm gonna work with this perspective of bearishness because I think we have more liquidity to the downside, and since we are already heading down, we might see these areas being tested again, and probably we will go higher from there. And now we have the 29th candle that is just coming up, and I'll try to call it, as always I do. Just more of an exercise than exactly something to take seriously. I trade this as it's just an exercise that I do. I trade with a very, very small position, okay? But I do trade this, but with a very small position, always. Not a big deal, right? So we are in the 29th now, and it seems to be kind of bullish. Yeah. Still have 30 seconds for this candle. Now it's losing some steam. 19 seconds. Yeah, I think I'm going for a short here. Yeah. It's gonna be a short. I'll try a short. Let's see. It's kind of getting down, but it's okay. Good. Go 20 points. That's how we do it, guys. I should close here because we have some support in this 147 area here. But I'll leave it open anyway. Who knows if it doesn't get where we are expecting it to. Great. 22, 25 points already. Yeah, but it just touched that point. I said 147 and retrace it back, but I'm still on the trade. I was looking at this area before. Yeah, I'm still in the trade, but it's very okay now. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's trying to get there, but I think there is some sort of strength to the upside from this point. We have a point of strength at 131, but if it's broken, I think we are going towards like 069 possibly. But it has to broke this 129 that is you're seeing that 129 1 21 129, that's what you're seeing there. And I am from 172. So let's just leave this trade open here. As I said, look, this is a point of strength here. The price is just climbing back from there. It was expected. It's not a big deal, but you could have closed this trade, look here, with 40 points if you were on it. One more good call. And it still can go down. But I just don't like the fact it tested the low of the range that I was watching here and climbed it back. So that's why I didn't enter it again, but it's fine. Like I say, this trade off the first candle is to make a quick profit. Or in some situations, if it goes like I made once a trade in the opening that made like 400 points, but so once in a while, and then it makes sense to use the small position. I'm still training it. Maybe if it keeps like 95% as it is now, I'll start to increase this position and maybe be fine with 20 points. But for now, I'm just playing with it. So we are at this moment kind of squeezed here between 202 and 129. Even though we didn't touch the 212, we just came to the VWAP, exactly to the VWAP, and retrace it back. But let's see. For the moment, like I will watch again maybe the VWAP here if it comes back, but not after touching this point here. Maybe if it tests this area again and just, I'm gonna show you here because I'm not. If it tests again the 181, okay, but without going all the way down, I might enter from 182. But I don't know. It's going over it now. And one thing that I think we will have today is expansion. So everything we didn't have on Monday, we had yesterday, and we will possibly have today. Okay, which is expansion. Okay, let's watch now this 202 here. It's very, very nice to see this level 202. Because if it just rejects it, I will try to enter something around 199. This trade is not valid anymore. Yeah, it's rejecting beautifully, to be honest. but now it's retracing back. Let's see, 1986. Mm, yeah, because of that, it touched the bottom here. Even if it goes back up, I have to see a new test because you could see a movement higher. Yeah, I just I'm not comfortable with the way it's behaving now. But let's see if it breaks here. If it breaks this point, I will watch very carefully the 104 point. This point here, 103, 104. But I'm almost sure it's gonna uh, search for some liquidity um, in the lower portion of the chart. Yeah. Now it's going for the point I just said, 103. Let's see what it does here. Like it's a counter trend trade, but it's a good area. Depending on how it behaves there, I might enter a counter trade there. Let's see. But it's half the position I used to use. So not a huge deal. Let's see. Mm, good. It's a good reaction up to the moment, but it's not close yet. It's a little bit bumpy. But yeah, it's a good reaction. If this one closes above, I will certainly try to enter something from 105, 107. Yeah, good. Yeah, good reaction. Actually, yeah, 107 I think is very good. Yeah, it's a good movement. Let's see if it comes back. This one here is not valid. Yeah, it's just too strong now. Yeah, it's a day of expansions again. It just doesn't match my strategy. That's why I have to be very careful. I said, still give it a chance. Even though it's a counter trend trade, and now we would have to watch very closely for, let's say, this level here. This is the level to be watched for a possible movement to the downside. But yeah, but it doesn't look, yeah, no. Yeah, it didn't budge. Yeah, I think now it became a bit more dangerous than I would like this long setup here. Unless it really goes back now. But if it breaks this week, it just made to breaks 174, 175 again, or in the next candle, I will give up this long setup. It's yeah, it's just going up. Let's see. If it finishes above the 175, I will give up this setup, this long setup here. And more than that, it has to end below 165. Okay, let's see if it's gonna finish there. 6 seconds, 5, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. It ended below, but just went back up. Let's see. It's retracing back. Say it's a bit dangerous, but I will risk it anyway if it gets there. 108. But if it gets back over 158 again, I will just disconsider this setup. No, no. Yeah, I will disconsider this setup here. Yeah. Disconsidering it. And it's a bit risky, but I will try maybe a short from 175. Yeah, I'll try this short from 175. Let's see. Now the 1 hour is looking very good to go back to 103. That's why I think something along 176, 175 might work well for us. Okay, we are in. Let's see if it's gonna be just wipe it out or if it's gonna work. It looks very strong. If by any chance it breaks the 151, I will protect the straight. But for now, it's struggling. Yeah, it's very strong. Yeah, I think it's gonna smoke the stop loss. Not yet. Seven seconds for this candle to finish. Yeah, I just think it's maybe I will close it without a lot of hassle here. Just closed it because I didn't see it was very bullish. I didn't want to take the risk here. Let's see how it goes. I might give it another chance, but now from 195, but not the way it is now. Yeah, it's very bullshit. I would have to see another kind of reaction. We made like 10 points. But not now. Now we are not in the market anymore. We managed to leave without a lot of, actually, with no loss at all. We even closed like 1.5. If this candle is like the next candle closes below this 165, I will place a trade like at 190. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oof. But it's expansion, man. It's killing me. Yeah, but you see that if I had kept the trade open, I could very well have had been wiped out of the map. That's why I didn't. Yeah, no. Now I can't short anymore that area, even if it goes there, because yeah, the trade was hot. You see that it worked out. It just didn't work out the way I was expecting. 'Cause we almost lost the trade. Just expanded in the direction we first expected. That's why I will consider this as a lost opportunity. It's again reacting from the 103 area where I first intended to have my order. Today is the day of expansion. But not every day is like that. Let's see if the next candle here finishes uh, above 140, like around 145, something like that, I would place an order here at 104. Yeah, okay. Have an order at 104 now. Let's see if it's gonna touch it. This area is strong because not only because of the not only because of this area here, but it was a break from the downside. from an important liquidity area here. That's why it's a very interesting area to bet on. It's midway to the top of the range. Still interesting. But if it goes much over 169, I would start to not trading this. Not trading this right now. It's still looking good. Right. Close. If it closes above 170, I will cancel this setup. But it looks like it's gonna go over it. Yeah, no, I don't see any reason to keep this setup. Let's see now what's gonna happen from the top. Yeah, now it's breaking the point we were expecting. Let's see how it's gonna behave from 207. It's rejecting hard at the moment, but I need more confirmation than that. Should try to enter a short. After this point, um, let's see if I have anything that I could consider watching. From this point, like everything starts to turn bullish, really, really bullish. Okay, and we have the next point of resistance. The next point of resistance will be 284. Okay. One interesting thing is that the 1 hour finished with uh, a lot of liquidity here, and we might be taking this liquidity, touching this liquidity again within the session, but maybe not now, maybe more for the end of the session, but we never know. Um, it's trying. It's we are still in the area. I can't say that we broke the level I was just watching uh, because it didn't go exactly just like playing around with breaking it, which might become a setup here depending on how it ends. Let's make our famous box here to possibly address a consolidation. Okay. To the bottom here, I don't see a lot of chances. I don't see a good point to watch to make it more. Look, I'll still try something to the downside here from 216 maybe, depending on how this candle finishes up. It has to finish up uh, below 191, 191, 192. That in that area, it has to finish at least there. Then we can set a. Then we can think about entering something there. But if it not, if it doesn't finish like at 190, 192 area, I will just not be comfortable enough. Yeah, and it didn't. It didn't. Yeah, this next candle, if it finishes there, the same area. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we can work this out. If it retraces back to 219 there, I will certainly short it. Even though it's testing the view up. But anyway, we have a chance here yet. It would be a landslide 4-1 if we go down to where I expect it to go. It still looks good for the short up there. breaking. It's very beautiful now. I'm still thinking about shorting the 219 area if it retraces up to that point. But today is like it's been a day of expansion again. And these days, my strategy is kinda ineffective. But at least I don't lose any money. That's what it's important in the end. To keep yourselves in the game. And be patient. Just set the traps for the market one time. It goes there on your trap and you take it. But try not to fall on the traps the market throws at you. The market is smart. It's smarter than you. So just make your trap, stick to the trap. Don't be fooled. Yeah, now like I'm just not comfortable to trade this area anymore because it even touched my supposed take profit. So it's not something that I am willing to go for now. It's expansion after expansion, but let's be patient. There's nothing better than be patient. You have to learn this if you want to be consistently profitable in the market. Look, again, it's reacting from the 205 area. And if we have two candles around this, I will certainly, if we break if the next candle breaks the 131 area, I'll be willing to long from 96. Look, 43 points in just one candle. Jesus Christ. Now, these, it was a long time I didn't see something like this, like a huge range being tested all the time, expanding to the upside a little bit, and now expanding to the downside as well. Let's see. All right, maybe now you're breaking the level. To the downside, let's see here. To the downside, We have the 1 hour liquidity that I didn't think we would touch so soon, but that's what happened. It's the 1 hour liquidity here from the 2 p.m. candle, the 9 a.m. candle New York time. We are going towards this point, but before getting there, we have this area here of 6.3, which was the point it just reacted to the upside when it was in the doldrums here. So I think I'm not showing it. Okay, it's like this point here. That in the pre-session, the pre-cash session, it was just important to break the downtrend we were expecting since the early hours of non-cash trading. Let's call it like that. So let's see if it's gonna react from here. Although now we would have to pay a lot of attention to this point here, which is this point here, 104, which is the point we just broke. And that's why it might be a bit of a stretch thinking about longing it, even though we are in the bottom of the pre-cash session. It's just breaking everything down now. The market decided to put things lower. But let's see. It's not yet broken. It's not yet broken. So we can try to work this out yet for a long, but let's see. I need to see more strength. Then we would make possibly a long from 0 050 048, but I don't see this now. It's very strong, very strong. We are already like, we are already very close to the consolidation, to the small consolidation, the small um, to the small accumulation we had here 2 hours before the market opened. So, but it's still an area to bet on for a reversal of this this huge expansion we just had here. Whoa, 168.72 points. Yeah, but you see how the market is, right? Like it likes to fool people away. Uh, I would consider something from 48 if it closes above the 84 area. Yeah, if it closes above the 84 area. But you see what I want to say. Look how the market plays tricks on people. We had one test here at 8:30 EST, 1:30 p.m. GMT of this 205 area. Then we had another test at 9 a.m. EST, on 9 a.m. ST, and 2 p.m. GMT. And then we had two tests of the same area right after the market opened, and then 20 minutes later, also the same area. All the time it reacted to the downside. And then what happened? It created the illusion that it would, okay, I'll watch very closely here to maybe trade from 50, okay? Yeah. 50.49. If it gets there, I will try to open a long because it's really looking good. but I don't know if it's gonna work because of the expansion. You're just seeing this massive expansion after expansion. But I see it's a bet, and like I said, look, and then we saw this sort of break here, this fake out, which might have led lots of people to long this and have their stop losses maybe below, I don't know, maybe below here or below VWAP, like 20 points, 10 points, 15 points below the VWAP. And then it wipe it out all the stop losses here. Because just because it put the price a bit higher, you know? And look at what happened. Look at what happened. It was like a massacre. Lots of liquidations here. Lots of positions were liquidated here. Not mine. Not mine. At least that. Um, yeah. Although we are still good for this trade, um, it bothers me a bit the fact that we just touched the point we broke, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If it doesn't retrace back to 2150, this could be a good entry for a short. I would just avoid it just for one reason. To for the way we are trading today, the expansion we are seeing today, uh, it's a very narrow break. So I wouldn't be trading this. But actually, I'm still betting on this 0.4950. Uh, it's a possibility. But if it doesn't go there, forget about it. It has to go there like now. It could even like destroy the 49 and just keep going lower. But that's the risk we have to take. It's a game of risk and reward. If you do it right, it can be very profitable. But if you do it wrong, you'll get wrecked. Don't try every movement. Don't Not every movement is for you. Yeah, look, if it closes above like 119, I will not trade this setup anymore. It's very close to the point we want. Let's see. It's almost getting there in our entry point. I'm not yet in the trade. It's like 5 points above my expectation. Uh, I will wait. If it doesn't go there, fine. Whoa. Ah, no. This is not fair, guys. This is not fair. Anyway, Let's see. I'll give it another chance. But it's a bit risky, more risky now because we have the break point uh, tested to the downside, and maybe it's gonna break this area now. One cannot say, one cannot be sure. Yeah, I think if it doesn't retrace all the way back now, I'm out of this setup. Oh yeah, no. This setup is not. Look at this. Oh my goodness. But anyway, we couldn't take this. That's fine. Okay. Now, I think we can still bet on the downside, but we just don't have a point to test. I mean, there's no point here still to be tested. Unless you consider it's still testing the break. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Price action. I will just put liquidity on the top. Is that the max we can expect it goes? That's it. You have to set the traps for the market. It might fall on your trap or not. If it falls on your trap and you have a system that works, which I believe I have, it end up working out. Okay. But if you try to beat the market, to be smarter than the market, you're gonna fall on the market's trap. I just showed you. Someone just arrived here. I just showed you guys something that happened because we are not having anything now. I just showed you guys what happened here before we had this huge rollover here. Look, the market tested the same area, the 205 area, not only once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, it tested 5 times this area. So one could have thought, oh, the market tried 5 times to break this, and then it broke. It's time to get in. What just happened? Boom. The stop losses were all around this area here because we can see that because there was like a sell off exactly at this point for 43-point candle. Uh, and that's what happened. That's what happened. A massive sell off because mostly because there were stop losses here. Stop losses which were sell orders, right? Because if you bought here and you have a stop loss here, it's a sell order, and then boom, the price just went down. And there were some more on the bottom here because people sometimes have no knowledge about risk reward. They might have entered here with a huge stop loss, and that's what happened. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Now look, I'm kind of liking this retracement here, and depending on how this kind of finishes, if it finishes around 102, 103, I'll be thinking about entering a trade maybe 138, 137. Yeah, I think it's a good place to think about entering a trade, to the downside, because we are clearly heading down. We sure can see the view up tested again, but there's no way to know. I think we can still come back here and react because this is like the lowest point we came in the pre-cash session, which was here at 8:30. No, six. This is 7:33 EST, and from there we just went up. So we have a lot of room to this area here, where we can see some reaction. I think it's a reasonable trade to think about going from 138 to 055. Let's just see if it's going to come back to this area so we can enter a trade. The way the 1 hour is now, it's looking like it's gonna go back to the 046. There's a lot of liquidity there. That's for sure. It's something that happened in Friday as well. Friday session. This was a hot area in the Friday session. That's why it's still resisting as the support. But I believe that if we go below 21, we have a lot of room to go lower up to 780. So it's something to be paying attention to. Let's just see if our point will be tested or not. It's going back down. Yeah, if it breaks the 9-1, then I will be not only breaks, but if it sustains a close of the 1 minute below the 9-1 area, I would be a bit suspicious of this setup and would be canceling this setup. But let's leave for now. Yeah, it's just going to an area that I am not very keen on keeping this area active. Let's just see. Still can go there before breaking. The only thing I don't like here is that it's forming. It's forming now a starting to form some consolidation, and when we have consolidation, I kind of don't feel very comfortable. But anyway, I'm taking the risk if it gets there. Okay. I took the risk at 137. Let's see. Oh, but it's so strong to the upside. Yeah, that's why I said I don't like when it is. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Yeah, as I said, like I don't like anyway. We had to try something, and we tried. What can we do? I was just retracing exactly from our stop loss. I wouldn't dare to do anything here. Too close to the view up. Anyway. Um, to the upside, we still have this 220 here. Yeah, maybe one trade that is possible would be betting in the area that we were first thinking about shorting, which is this 0.89 here. But first, we would have to see the price coming back and testing it first. Then we could try to enter something. I'll stay for more, maybe 40 minutes on. If it's something more comes up, I will enter. But if nothing comes up, it's gonna be it for today. No rush. Still have 2 trading days. You're confident about your strategy. Um, you don't have to worry about losing like 0.5. That's what I just lost. It's not a big deal. Look, although I'm marking this area here, and because of that as well, let's just take a look here. Like I don't use to look at other charts in the 1 minute, but sometimes it's interesting to see uh, what's forming here on the other time frames, like 3 minutes. It's showing a considerable rejection here, and yeah, I think this 139. Yeah, that's it. I think like if you're able to go below the 139 area here, it's not a bad idea to get into a short around here 183. Although we are like 42 points from the upside, 37, yeah, maybe even a bit higher, like 187, yeah. Yeah, I will kind of consider this, okay, because I don't think it's unreasonable, okay, and come up to the area we expect some reaction. Um, so it's true. Yeah, I'll even lower this a bit. Okay, doesn't make any difference. I will set at 181. Let's see. It just can't go much lower than this. It's halfway. Yeah, no, it's today is expansion day, right? Today is expansion day. But if it starts, yeah, because I took the other hit, but if it starts to consolidate there, I'll just not go for it because this consolidation sometimes means continuation in this case, um, or sometimes reversal. But this in this case, it would be consolidated, so it would be continuation. Like I'll give it two more candles to go to the upside, and if it doesn't, I'll just give up this setup. I would like to see this candle closing above like 150. Yeah, no. Okay. I wasn't wrong about the point. I just didn't manage to get into it. And now I just think it went too low to wait for a retracement and uh, enter right away. So because of that, I will just wait now. But depending on how it behaves, if it comes back, I would try again. There's no reason not to try. There's no moving average here, buddy. This is not a moving average. Wall Street doesn't work with moving average. This is a VWAP. The VWAP is the volume weighted average price. It's the average price according to the volumes traded, and it's much more the efficiency is much higher because it's the same in all the time frames. The VWAP is the same in all the time frames. It doesn't change. You can change the time frame here for 15 minutes, for 1 hour. It doesn't matter because it's the average price weighted by volume, and it just doesn't change. It's in 1719, 17168, but it's just changed with the movements of the price anyway. But it's the same, it doesn't change. It's not like a moving average that counts periods of time. That is the average for periods of time. This is the average according to the volume traded in the areas. That's why I don't even use like a volume indicator. It's not to more to indicate like volume interest. That's why it's so important because in the end, what matters is volume, is where the players are positioning themselves, and VWAP is very important because usually it's not a rule, okay, but usually you should try to buy below the VWAP and sell above the VWAP. For sure, sometimes the VWAP works as a resistance, like in this case here, it was outright a resistance. And this time, like today, it worked as a resistance here, here. No, I'm not showing it. Okay, sorry. It's working as a resistance. It worked as a resistance lots of times in the day, like since 8:30 a.m. EST. It worked as a resistance here and here and here and here. Here it like broke, showing some bullishness, but just to make things go lower. That's why like the the big guys they entered here. You can see that they're yeah. You can see their clear footprint here because they fooled people here into shorts, which too long, sorry, because it was sort of a break. But what they wanted was to enter better, above other people. They want to enter short above other people with liquidity. So they searched that liquidity from the fools, from the fools mostly, and that's what happened. That's why I still believe we possibly going to head lower before going up. I don't see a huge bullish uh, scenario now. I just didn't. I just wasn't able to place a trade uh, with my strategy. That was the only problem today, to be fairly honest. I was right about almost every movement. For example, even the short that I took that didn't work out was just wrong about the area, but it went down after that. And that's the magic. Sometimes it doesn't work, and you have to be fine with that. No one wins all the trades every day. So, but that's it. If I were you, I would uh, study a little bit about VWAP. It's very interesting. There is even another tool that if you want to use, I don't use it anymore. I used to use more when I traded Forex, which I don't do anymore, uh, which is the anchored VWAP. Uh, you can you choose like a point. Let's see if I find it here. I don't know why I'm not finding it. I don't use it for a long time. I'm not using it for a long time. But anyway, there is a strategy that people use for stocks mostly, but they use that not in short time frames, more in long time frames. Okay, this is anchor view up. And for example, you want to know this price here, this leg down. You want to know where would be the best point of retracement. You just use um, an anchored view up, and you see it gave you this point here that was touched, and it came back. It didn't work this time, but sometimes it works. For example, uh, to the upside. Let's say that you said, okay, I like it. I'm liking this movement, and I want to know where it's gonna retrace. In this case, you almost took it, or even better, like you saw this movement here, this leg up, and say, okay, oh look, it worked perfectly in this case. It worked perfectly in this case. You see, if you had entered like when it broke the anchor view up, you could have entered this trade and went to the top. But it because it does time frames, um, I just got rid of it. But anyway, it's something that, depending on your trading style, you could incorporate to your daily routine. It's just not for me, but I know of profitable people who swing trade stocks who really like to use this. Not the case. There's even a book by a guy called Brian Shannon, and it's just about anchored view up. It's a book about anchored view up. He explains the methods he uses and how interesting is his how he plays his setups. It might be good for you, maybe if you want to learn more about this. But average moving average just don't work for me as well. I know of people who like them. I don't, especially because of this fact I just said. They are different in every time frame, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Look, this is looking like um, a test of this 183, and depending on how the second candle behaves, I am thinking about getting a trade from 179. I'll give it a new chance to the downside. But I'll be very cautious when it reaches the 111 because it could react from there. So let's pay attention to what happens. The way it is now, no, because it's kind of consolidating. I would like to see something closing below the, like around 140, breaking this small consolidation, but not so much as to make it unreasonable to enter a short, to think about a retracement. Let's see. I'm gonna take a look here how the 1 hour is at the moment, and the 1 hour is very interesting at the moment. Yeah, no, the way it is, I'm just not buying it. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trading this now. Let's wait to see. I want to see like a close below the 147, and then we can talk about it. But if it takes too long to go to the 147 as well, I wouldn't be doing it because it could be it could be a break to the upside. Okay, and I think the way the 1 hour candle is set up now, uh, we might have the 200 area tested again. I'm not showing it, but I will show it to you guys so you can know what I'm talking about. Look, the 1 hour candle. Usually, people would say that it's showing indecision in the market. Maybe it's indecision, or maybe they are just going to bring the price to this point again to 220, and then we will see if the sellers are still aggressive. If they're aggressive, they will bring the price down all the way to 48, and from here they could be breaking, because you have to think that uh, lots of people are seeing it now as a support. Okay, if lots of people, and I mean retailers, people like us, and not that, not I'm not saying here that the banks and all the other big players, they play against retailers, because that would be foolish. Okay, they their trades are like 100 times, 200 times, or even more bigger, larger than ours. So sometimes this battle between retailers and big banks, it's just a full thing. It's not exactly the truth. But what happens is that um, some players, small players, mid-sized players, might be seeing this, and sometimes even banks could be some traders in banks or in big institutions could be seeing this as a point of support. Okay, and they could enter lots of orders here, and with stop losses around the 21. Okay, it could be it. And what happens if we have a large block, order block, some people call it order block here, and the price can climb a little bit more people can get in, and then the aggressive sellers who brought the price from 217 all the way to here, they could enter again around this area here and just dump everything, and the stop losses will be triggered here around this area, and then area here where possibly big players are on it, attentive to this area, because the price could come here. So let's go back to the 1 minute, okay? Because I'm seeing here one thing. I'm not trading this setup here anymore the way it is, okay? Because it's not good enough. But this consolidation here, I'll tell you guys something, okay? I will stay for more, maybe 20 minutes in the market, not much more than that. Uh, we have this box here, which is like uh, 30 points for today. It's like reasonable because it's expansion day. We didn't have movements below 100 points, 100 points all the time clearly. Okay. And then retraces back right away, or just gives us a perfect morning star or something like that above it. What I'll be doing, I'll be long it. We didn't reach the high of the day. There, the high of the day. Let's see something. It's here. Okay, we didn't reach the high of the day. Let me see if I'm not being incorrect. Yeah, no, we didn't reach the high of the day yet. We high of the day is like 261. Um, so the 261 area would be target, okay, or 255 in this long. Uh, but for that, we would have to break this. And even be very careful with this trap here that the market set. But I'm not very worried about this because this is, as I said, a trap, and people can even short the market from here and then stop losses above. You just have to think about that. You have a very clear point that more people could be interested in entering. You just have to think about the other people who are in the markets, because the market is a zero sum game. You might know that. So you have to think not only about the points, you have to think about how it is moving and how uh, the orders are set. Okay, that's how the things are. And look, another possibility is like we are seeing this small, very narrow a consolidation here. And if we have like a huge break, which didn't happen, that's why I'm not very excited with this. I'm not liking it very much. But uh, yeah, look, I will even say that this might be a good area to enter. A short now is 179. Yeah, I'll try from 179 if it comes back. But I'm not entering right away because I have two candles there. It just doesn't align with uh, my setup. I've showed this setup for you guys quite sometimes. I'm not gonna go through it now. Maybe tomorrow I'll show it again. But just the way it is not the kind of trade that I would like to short from exactly from there. But maybe it's a good entry. It's just not aligning with my setup now. But from here, it might be interesting to enter. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I should have entered before. I was a bit distracted. I didn't see this happening here. Oh, I saw. I just, yeah, I remember now. I just wanted it to go below here. Yeah, that's why I didn't enter. Yeah. Yeah, it seems unstoppable now. Now it's going exactly to the area it rejected before. Yeah, I'm not. This setup is like that. The setup is dead. Not trading the setup anymore. Let's see how it behaves now at this point here, which I might think about longing. Maybe it's gonna be the last setup I will watch today. Okay, look, it's going beautifully, and I will, I will like try. I'll try to enter from 106. Last attempt, okay, guys. Last attempt. Last attempt of the day. Let's see if it's gonna retrace. I don't know. Today is the expansion day. Wow, it's just yeah. No, no, no. It's not gonna retrace. It's as I said. It is the expansion day. The expansion day, we only have expansions. Doesn't make sense now. This trade doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah, so with that, I think I'll be closing the session for today. We had a small loss, zero point 0.5 loss, although we knew the levels that most of the levels that would be tested. We weren't able to manage to get into the trades, unfortunately. But it's no big deal. Um, just to wrap up here, I'll give you a view of what I'm seeing here in the 1 hour. Okay, what I think we could be seeing uh, in the next hours. Okay, uh, the 1 hour here. So I really believe that we are going to head down. Okay, we have a lot of liquidity here. We could even come back to the 200, but I maybe not. The most likely scenario that I'm seeing is like the price when it comes here, it will like rejects the 0.35, 0.36 area, and then from here, all the stop losses that will be around this area will trigger like a massive sell-off. That's what I'm seeing here, more than a movement to the upside to break this and have stop losses here and the price just skyrockets. So that's what I'm seeing. If you're still there, if I were you, I would avoid uh, longing from this area here. Okay, if you want to long, maybe here is interesting. This 2100 before it breaks for sure. It depends on your strategy on how you trade the markets. Um, I just think that longing from here will become very dangerous. Very dangerous. Not financial advice, though. You do whatever you want to do, and the market does whatever the hell it wants to do as well. No one has control over anything. That's it. Like I always say, it's just a game, and we'll be back here tomorrow. I see you guys. Have a good day, whatever in the world you are. Bye bye.